I'm Nicole. Welcome back to Wade in the Water, my story series all about water stories in the Bible. Stories of God in the water, stories of God walking through the water, stories of God using the water to teach us about who He really is. Now this story is about a man named Moses. Moses lived generations and generations and generations and generations ago. But Moses was very important to the people of God. You see, Moses would take the people of God, lead them from slavery to freedom, from Egypt to the Promised Land. Moses could talk to God and God could talk to Moses. Moses even was able to give us our 10 best ways to live, our 10 commandments. But you know, before Moses could do all these wonderful things as a grown-up, Moses was born as a baby. Did you know that every grown-up you know was once a baby? Well, the same was for Moses. Moses was a baby. And this story is about when Moses was a baby. Moses had a mother and a big sister. His big sister was named Miriam. Now Moses' mother and sister and Moses himself were part of a people called the Hebrew people. And when they were living in Egypt, they lived under the rule of a king named Pharaoh, a pharaoh. And the Pharaoh was not a good king. He was not kind. In fact, he had the Hebrew people living as slaves. That meant they were not free to go where they wanted. They worked very hard. Pharaoh used soldiers to keep the Hebrew people from going where they wanted or even leaving Egypt. One day, Pharaoh got very angry with the Hebrew people, and he put all the baby boys in danger. He sent the soldiers out to get the baby boys. But you see, Moses' mom was very brave and very smart. She had a basket, and it was probably a basket that she had woven herself, or maybe she and Miriam had woven it together. And she put her baby boy, she put Moses in that basket, and she hid the basket in the tall grasses by the waters. And then she sent big sister Miriam down to the water's edge to keep an eye on the baby, to keep him safe and make sure he didn't get too close to the water. When the soldiers came, they did not see baby Moses. While Miriam was down at the water watching over baby Moses, along came a princess. Now this princess was the daughter of the Pharaoh, but unlike her father, she was kind and loving and good. And when she came to the water, what did she see but this baby in a basket in the tall grasses? And when the princess saw the baby, oh, she loved him. She loved him right away. In fact, she wanted to adopt him to be his mom and raise him in the palace. But she said, I can't take care of this baby by myself. I'm still young to be a mother, and I live in a palace and have to do so many things as the princess. I need help taking care of this baby. Well, Miriam, Moses' big sister, she was smart and brave like their mother. She decided this was her chance to protect her little brother. She stepped forward and she said to the princess, I know someone who can help you take care of this baby, who can feed him and help him grow up so that he can come to live in the palace. And the princess said, bring this person to me. And so Miriam ran and brought back their mother. And from then on, Miriam and Miriam and Moses' mother and Moses himself lived under the protection of the princess. Moses grew up in safety. In fact, he grew up to live in the palace of the Pharaoh. Now I wonder what your favorite part of this story is. I wonder what it would feel like to hide in a basket by the tall grass by the water. I wonder what it would feel like to be a big sister who loved your little brother so much that you wanted to protect him. I wonder where God was in this story. I'm going to remind you of our memory verse this week. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Now that's from the book of Isaiah. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. I think when Moses was close to the water's edge, God was with him. Don't you? Until our next week's story, when we will be looking at Moses as a grown-up, may God bless and keep us. Amen.